Michigan State University Paranormal Society. But in all seriousness, we are dedicated to investigating campus and seeing what's good, what isn't, paranormal-wise. For our first investigation, we investigated one of the very obviously haunted locations, the May 4th shooting sites, where students were gunned down during a protest. And it was a really tragic moment in this university's past, and there's a lot about it now. Alright, well, jump right in, I suppose.
Alright. Well, this investigation, it was only myself and my friend Emily. It was actually originally born out of a small conversation we had with a friend of hers, and we decided that an investigation would be a good idea. So, we headed out after her class, and did a little exploring, a little scouting, checking out a couple other claims besides what we were going to be looking at. Finally, when things calmed down a little bit on campus around 10:30ish, we started investigating the memorial. And we were originally planning on investigating the Victory Bell area first, because it was one of the most minor places, but we didn't because there was someone smoking there, so, you know. Interestingly enough, I found a couple things that I found pretty interesting there at the memorial. Obviously recordings, because we only had that in a camera. We're a little bit shy on equipment. I know I can't show you the actual investigation, which is a shame. But, it was... You'll see, I'll show you, and I'll put a couple subtitles, and they're pretty... They could go either way. I don't know how I feel about them. But, well, here they are. We have these two devices here on the ground, right around where our voices are. We have these two devices here on the ground, right around where our voices are.
Set lead.
Or even...
Set lead.
Or even... The next place we did was the Victory Bell, and interestingly enough, the most interesting, for lack of a better word, piece comes from this. And we were sitting there investigating, and what happened was we heard a noise, and we didn't think, which is very unfortunate because there are people on campus, we didn't think to go track it down to try to see what it was. But it does happen a couple more times, and we didn't hear it. And, you know, I'm just going to leave it up to you guys what you think it is, but I know what it sounds like to me. So here's the piece, and the other few ones too. How do you feel about the threat of this university of prison? How do you feel about the threat of this university of prison? after we got done investigating the bell, that's all that happened there. We headed to the fall points. Well, that's what I like to call them. It's where the the 4 kids who died after the shootings, it's where they fell right after they were shot. And they're like a square marked off with lamp lamps. But we only caught one piece that was really interesting, and it's actually the same thing that you just heard again, just in a different location. This leads me to believe that it could have been some sort of contamination, but I'm not 100% sure.
Have one word with them.
Well, I feel it would be safe to assume that some of you are wondering what we thought the recording sounded like. In the first couple, it sort of sounded like a whisper, maybe like a yeah, like yeah. And then the second couple things I presented to you was just a strange noise that interrupted me in one of them. Not, I just thought it was interesting, so I included it. And then the third one, which we caught 3 separate things of, sounded almost like a gunshot. And I did some research, and it sounded that both 45s and M1 Garands were fired at the Kent State shootings. And of those, it sounded more like a 45, to me at least. But it didn't. We can't really count it because there was so much contamination. I feel like we have to throw the whole investigation out just because of that. And it's irritating, but, sometimes you have to accept defeat. So, for that, I'm willing to, just say no. With what we have, I would not call it haunted. It's more likely the stigma that is attached to the tragic events that happened May 4th, 1970, than the actual, than actual reports. So, that's where I stand on the situation. And you may be wondering why I'm not using video right now. Well, the microphone that's with the video is messed up, so I have to do this. Well, thanks for watching, and until next time.